Hey Colts, welcome to Tips for Using Google Docs for Schoolwork. If your teacher assigns you a Google Doc in Classroom, you will open the document there, but you should also know how to create your own doc. Just like all Google apps, you can start in the waffle and then go to your Drive. Click on New to create a new document. And then the first thing you should do with it is give it a title. Your name and the assignment should be included in the title in the upper left. You can see that Google Docs will save your changes almost immediately. Now I'm going to paste in some text here to show you how docs work. You might notice that the words here don't make any sense. That's done on purpose so that you aren't distracted by trying to read it. So ignore those nonsense words and let's see how docs work. First, let's look at the default format for docs. Look under File and then click Page Setup. The margins are automatically set to 1 inch all the way around, and it's set to be the standard 8.5 by 11 size paper, and it is in portrait mode. You should leave these settings as they are unless your teacher tells you to change them. If you want to change your font style, size, or color, press Ctrl-A to select all your text, and then choose from the font options in the toolbar. For schoolwork, you should use a plain, simple font. Don't use cursive or handwritten or large, blocky fonts for schoolwork unless your teacher gives you directions to choose that kind. Next to font styles is font size, and again for school, choose 12 or 11. Don't try to fool your teacher into thinking your work is longer by choosing a really large font. We are smarter than that. Just stick with 11 or 12. The color of your font should be black for schoolwork, unless your teacher says otherwise. Dark blue might be okay, but don't use a font that is too light or your poor teachers won't be able to read it. If you need to highlight text, just click and drag the part you want to highlight and choose a highlight color. Add a title at the top of your writing and then center it by clicking on Center Align. You can see that you may also align on the right or the left. You might make your title font a little bigger than the rest of your writing, but you should not bold or italicize or underline your title on your actual piece of writing. Your teacher might ask you to use certain spacing for your paper, like double spacing, to give you room for feedback and revisions. Click on the line spacing icon and choose the one you need. You might want to include bullet points or numbered lists in your writing. To do that, just click on the bulleted list icon. When you press Enter for a new line, it will automatically insert a new bullet. The same works for the numbered lists. You may insert comments to the right margin of your paper by clicking and dragging to select a word or more, and then clicking on the plus sign. You might use comments to ask your teacher for feedback or to give another student feedback on their writing. You may also tag someone in a comment. Just click the plus key and then type the person's name. Choose their email address and click. Make sure you check the address carefully. Students have a number in their email address, but teachers don't. If you click Assign, they will receive an email asking them to respond. This will also prompt the document to give that person permission. If they don't have permission, they won't be able to see your doc to answer your question. To hyperlink a website to some text in your writing, just select the text, then copy the address you want to link. Then click on the link icon, paste the link, and click Apply. Now your readers can easily go to the link. To insert a picture in a doc, just click the image icon and choose where you want to get your picture. If you don't have one on your computer, choose Search the Web. That way the picture you choose will be copyright free, which means it is legal for you to use it. Double-click on the picture you want and it will insert it for you. Pay attention to how the picture affects the readability of your work. This picture is too big. First, click on the picture, then click to wrap the text. Then resize the picture from the corners only. Do not pull from the sides or top or bottom, as that will stretch or squish the picture. You can see that the words are now wrapping around the picture, making the text easier to read. Looking up at the toolbar, the first icon on the left is your best friend, the undo arrow. If you make any mistakes, just press Ctrl-Z or the undo arrow and your mistake will be undone. Next to that is the redo arrow, in case you undo something that you want back. Pay attention to the words in the toolbar. They will help you work with your doc. Do you need to edit or insert something or change the format? Click on a word to see your choices. For instance, your teacher might ask you to insert page numbers and a header or footer. What if you accidentally delete everything, or if you want to see changes that you made a few days ago on your doc? Don't panic, just go to File, Version History, and See Version History. This allows you to restore an older version of the doc, or just see what some earlier changes were. When you find the version you want, just click Restore this version. Make sure you have shared your doc with whoever needs to see it, especially your teacher. Click the blue Share button, start typing in the person's name or email address, and choose what access you want to give them. Teachers should always be given editor rights, but sometimes you might want a friend to just comment on your doc. If you give only viewing rights, they won't be able to comment at all. Include a note to let them know why you are sharing it, and then press Send. If you want your doc to be available to a larger group of people, you may make it available to anyone who has the link. Be careful of giving editor access that way, because you might end up with changes to your doc that you don't want. But never fear, you can always go back to the version history to fix those changes. Finally, organize your drive by putting your doc in a folder. Just click the folder icon at the top and choose the class folder it should go in. There's a lot more that you can do with Google Docs, but these basics will get you going for your schoolwork.